Hello and welcome to In the Lab. Now today we are going to talk all about light, and I've got several different things to show you about combining light and splitting light up. The first thing is called a Newton's colour disc, or a disappearing colour disc. So if you come a little bit closer, you can see this special disc here. You can see it's just a circle with lots of different colours in it. And I've got my special anonymous assistant who's going to come in here. You'll never work out who it is because you just see their hands. As it turns, you can see the colours appear to disappear. And actually it's much better in real life because sometimes the phone slows it down a little bit and picks up more of the colour than real life. But as you can see there, it seems to completely disappear. We get kind of an off-white grey colour. Thank you very much, assistant. You can disappear and remain unknown. This is what's happening. It's called temporal optical mixing. Temporal refers to time, optical refers to your eyes, and mixing just means mixing. So basically, over time, if you go too fast, all the information can't be distinguished, it can't be processed. So you see it as though you're seeing it all together. Temporal, optical, which means your eye, mixing. So again, if I turn this, you'll see that all of the colours go in effectively at once, and you see it as though you're seeing red and blue and green and everything simultaneously. The light you see around you is a mixture of all these colours, and that's why when you go super fast, you see all the colours as one colour, which is white. We call the light around us white light. Now here's another example over here of what happens when we have information going in a little bit too fast to process. It's a simple fan. So let's come down here and see the fan. It's got science on because it's the science fan, and we're all a fan of science, aren't we? So at the moment you can see 1, 2, 3 blades. If we speed it up a bit, almost instantly you can't distinguish the 3 blades, and the camera person is getting blown to bits, but that's all right. It's going so fast you can't distinguish the 3 fans. That's because you are processing everything all at once and you're seeing it as a blur. If we slow it down again, it's slow enough for the information to go in. You can distinguish 1, 2, 3 blades. But that's not all we can do with colour. There are other things as well. Let me show you this. Here is a special cube, and if I bring it towards the camera, I think if I look through it, I'm looking at you and you're looking at me through the blue filter. But if we change it like this, we're looking at each other through the red or pink filter. And if I turn it this way, we're looking at each other through the yellow filter. But here's the clever bit. If we want to mix the colours together, I can hold it at an angle and I can start to turn it like this. And in part, we're looking through 2, possibly even 3 at points, but usually 2 different filters. So if we look through the blue and the yellow one at once because of the angle, we see green. If we look through different combinations, we get other colours as well, and I can twist it and turn it. So that is another way of combining colours, not because we're moving it so fast, but because we're literally looking at 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 colours at once. But that's not all. There's one more thing we can do. We've been talking about combining colours. We can actually split them up again. Here is a crystal. It's pretty much just made of glass, so it's not worth a lot. And if you come a little bit closer to me, let's hopefully see if we can get some light from it. We'll come back in a moment when we've got a torch, because that will work even better. Okay, now we have got a torch because the natural light is not quite bright enough to do it. So if we shine the torch on it, we can see that in the middle, the light's going straight through because it's not being refracted. So we're still getting what we call white light going through. The light that's going around the edges is being refracted because it's hitting the multifaceted surface of this crystal. And you can see very little rainbows, all the colours splitting up around the edges. So what we can do is, as we move it, we can get things to move like that. And there's a good example of actually splitting up colours. And what we've done here is we've combined colours. That's a way of combining it. And of course, turning this is a way of recombining it. So you can split up light and you can effectively, or actually, combine it as well. Thank you very much for watching. That's all you need to know at the moment on the topic of light. Bye for now.